It's 10:20. Means it's 4:20 somewhere. If you got one, spark up. All right. Tonight's brief little rant will be the massive protests going on throughout Europe and I believe Australia as well. People are protesting more rounds of lockdowns, mandated vaccines, and vaccine passports to basically do anything. I'm not for the idea of mandated vaccines or vaccine passports or any more lockdowns for all that matter. I feel like a lot of time was wasted over the last year and a half or year and a couple months. Like at some point, we need to find a way, like we should have also been just working on other treatments for COVID, not just trying to find that hopefully one-shot cure that didn't turn out to be a one-shot cure. Now there have been other studies for other medicines and whatnot. However, they have not been FDA approved or CDC approved. Which technically the vaccine's not FDA approved. It's just authorized for emergency use. But that's another subject. To be clear, I'm not offering medical advice. Talk to a doctor. But yeah, at some point we have to get to a point where we just learn to live with this. We can't lock down every time, numbers go up. That's just kind of ridiculous. And it's not sustainable. And we're starting to feel the effects of that right now, where the cost of everything has gone up. I feel like every week I go to the gas station, gas is a little bit more expensive than it was the week before. Food's going up. Wood, the cost of building a house going up. Everything is going up. I believe inflation is at a level last seen right before the 2008 recession. So, yeah. Not looking like we're heading down the right path, if you ask me. That's why every week I've just been slowly, buying 10 or so cans of food, case of water, grab a whole chicken to throw in the freezer, like just slowly building up a supply. Because with every week, your dollar is worth less than it was the week before. So buying this stuff now is essentially just, it'll be more expensive to get it down the road. And then there's just all the other crazy stuff going on. Like, who knows what we are looking at coming into the next fall. However, we are getting a little glimpse of what is to come. Los Angeles, Las Vegas, and Chicago have brought in mask mandates back. They're starting to implement some of the less strict lockdown measures that they had. And I think this is going to be something that we'll be dealing with again. The question is, are we going to just sit and take it? Or are we going to do more like they are in Europe, where people are taking to the streets and saying, fuck your lockdowns, fuck your restrictions? I actually just watched a video that I thought was hysterical. It was a tractor pulling a giant, I don't know what the machine's called, but basically it was like a big tank with a little hose on it, and it was spraying horse shit at the president's house, as thousands of people watched and cheered on. And it actually pushed one of the windows open, which I think was hysterical, because then they focused the spray right there for a little bit more. So yeah, they're doing this in Europe, and here in America we're still just bickering back and forth about stupid shit. You have the people who are vaccinated trying to act like they are better than those who are not vaccinated. But, throughout the country, different places are having their different talks about what they're going to do, as far as like vaccine passports and stuff like that. Some states put bans on those in advance. Others have not, though, and they are bringing up for discussion, some type of system. Granted, I don't see the point in creating second-class citizens over vaccine status, considering your vaccine status doesn't determine whether or not you get sick, get hospitalized, or transmit the virus. All those things can still happen even if you're vaccinated. So all the shaming tactics, all that shit, and I can't help but like when I see like people who have been pushing this on everybody else and trying to call people anti-vaxxers and saying, oh, they don't believe in science and this, that, and the other. They showcase them getting the vaccine when they get COVID, and that's how they've been acting. I laugh. Normally I don't wish sickness on anybody, but aside from our ruling elites and war criminal politicians, but they don't count. I'm talking about normal people. Normally I don't wish sickness on anybody, but if you've been talking all crazy, trying to make everyone, talking down on people, and then acting like you are so special because you did what Kamala Harris said was the biblical thing to do and got your jab, and then you still get the shit. If that ain't irony, I don't know what is. But yeah. And then, because like we already having food shortages right now, like what will more lockdowns bring? Like, I don't know if we can sustain more lockdowns when the cost of food is going up, food is running out. Food is one of the most important things when it comes to stability. As more and more people get to a point where they can't afford food, where the shortages are just hitting too high in the shit where people can't get food, that's when you start to see like major breakdowns. And yeah, these are just a few little observations. Why? The cat is attacking my hand at the moment. But yeah, so it is kind of depressing watching news, a lot of news all the time. But make sure you're watching some. Keep track of what's going on. Do some thinking as to looking forward and seeing what is likely to come. Because the worst thing that can happen is, we get another market crash and lockdowns at the same time, and there's shortages, and you don't want to get caught with your pants down if shit goes to hell. That's the big take out of this. But yeah. Other than that, if y'all got anything to add, please do so in the comments or hit me up on Twitter. I do enjoy discussing different ideas and things like that, maybe solutions going forward. But yeah, thanks for watching. Have a nice night. Stay blazing.